What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So it's been a minute, a lot to catch up on here. So we did go over the event items and all that stuff, but we also have the new weapons that came out. We have the let's see here. We have the Maiming Maws. We have the Shatter Gun. We have the Abyssal Abomination, and then we also have the CMG-X Aftershock. So these are items that you can get from doing the Onslaught mode. And we'll get into that. We'll look at that in a whole other episode. This episode, we're going to literally focus on reviewing one of these items. And we're going to start out with the CMG-X Aftershock. So this is my first time looking at this. I've seen the items, but I have yet to get to play with them. I've been extremely busy with a lot of different things, so I apologize for that. But I'm making some time to get this video done now. So let's jump right into this. So CMG Aftershock. Well, let's see, where are you at? All right, CMG-X Aftershock. So this is a 14mm rifle ammo. It is a 200 round capacity, 4.25 seconds to reload, 55.6 degree firing cone, never critically hits, must be level 50 or higher to equip. It does take 100 strength and 130 machine gun skill to master. With 124 reloading, you're looking at 567 DPS, 67 damage per hit, and 8 hits per second. It is a heavy machine gun. So a couple things here. So abilities, it is 75% PvE armor penetration, which is very good. Concussive impact, so it successfully stunning an enemy releases an aftershock, stunning all enemies in a 4-meter radius for 5 seconds. So sounds like whenever you stun an enemy, you have a chance at stunning all enemies in a 4-meter radius. So I'm looking at hordes there. I'm thinking of big groups of enemies, you know, maybe the wastelands, maybe if you have a horde on you, things like that. It costs $2 million to craft, and you can get that by 5 Dark Depths tokens, or it is also lootable in the bosses in the Onslaught. And again, so there's the token. There's a couple ways to get it, but we're going to jump into the gun, how it holds up. We're going to compare it against some similar guns. So looking at the X Dusk Mag. So let's see if we can track that down. So X Dusk Mag. So again, this is a non-tradable item, level 300. It does about 471. So the new gun should outperform it, but we're going to compare them side by side and kind of see what that looks like. We're going to look at the Kraken Slayer. So again, where are my miniguns? Kraken Slayer. So the Kraken Slayer does 560. So again, tit for tat, right? It's right there with it. 70% penetration. So we're going to compare it against that. I also had a couple other ones I was looking at here. The Warhawk X10 and the Marauder. So a little bit different there. So the Warhawk is an assault rifle. It is doing 610 damage with crit. So it should actually outpower it, and it also has 90% PvE, so I'm curious to see how the Warhawk compares to it. And then we're also going to be looking at the Marauder 55, which is one of my favorite submachine guns. So it does 560, so again, it's right there with it, and 75% PvE arm penetration. So again, these are all items that are extremely close in damage. So we're going to see how that works. So we're going to jump in here. I am going to take some boosts. I have a sugar cookie left. Again, use energy bars, energy drinks, whatever. Get some boosts on, guys, when you do this. I just want to have a basic boost. So, and then I'm going to get it to an area, and then I'll be right back. So just hang tight. All right, guys, so we are in the deep death row. We're going to be using my beginner setup. That is just consists of a volatile implant, a behemoth implant, devil's implant, quartermaster, enforcer, runner implant, neurodrive, secrolink, the catalyst, celerity, adrenostem, and the brawler implant. So this is my beginner setup with implants. It's very cheap, 100 million, maybe 150, something like that. So very cheap setup right there, and I have a video on that as well, so check out my videos if you missed that. So we're going to be using a beginner build down here. We're going to be using you know, the energy bars, all those little miscellaneous consumables to get our 35% boost on top of that. So after everything's said and done, we're going to be looking at, let me pause this so I don't die here. We're going to have 384% EXP boost. Again, we have an event going on, so I do have a lot of, you know, additional boost going on. 62% damage boost and 76% speed. Nothing crazy, guys. Pretty much a 76%, or I'm sorry, 62% damage boost. And then with machine guns, I also do so 86% damage boost. Now remember, you can get 35% of that just from a consumable. So around 85% damage boost in total. We're going to be testing out the Aftershock, and we're going to compare it first against the Kraken. So again, this is in the deep death row. We're just seeing, you know, how does it feel? Is it as good as the other weapons? Is it comfortable? Do you feel safe? So I can tell you right now, I just killed those two enemies. Oh, extremely easily. And I'll tell you what we might do here. Let's go to our inventory. Let's just take these off. Let's just see what we can do with nothing. So even taking off the beginner implants, because I can tell you right now, it's not going to struggle down here. I've already killed 4 monsters, and I can tell you it's not going to struggle. So let's drop down to 45% damage boost, and let's just see how it feels now. Alright, so look at that. Very easy, and that was the enemy that has a lot of health. Yeah, this gun is strong, guys. I'm not really worried about looting. I'm just trying to show off this gun to you guys so you can see what this is like. And it's now been like a week since it's been released or so. So, you know, the buffing, the nerfing, things like that, you know, you check out the patch notes because I know they did modify some of these items. But this is probably where it's going to stand for now. And I think that it's at a really strong spot in the game. Now again, is it easy to get? Probably not. But is it worth it? It looks to be. So here we go. We got a group of people. There's the stun effect. So I can tell you right now with the Horde, it's not going to really struggle. And we'll test that out. Let's go ahead and see how this Kraken does. Well, I can tell you, I can notice the knockback of the Kraken. Now they are dying faster with the Aftershock. But the Kraken, you know, I do feel safe down here with the Kraken as well. It does a good job. Not a bad gun. I don't think any of these weapons are going to struggle down here. I think we need to really test this with a Horde, guys. So let's go check this out. I'm trying to give you guys a real good example of what these guns can do, and I think I might need to be here to do this. So I don't have much speed boost. 38%, so this could be a bad idea, but we're gonna do it. So here's the Kraken. It's holding the back. The knockback on the Kraken is very good. Not really struggling. Just gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. Now let's switch to the Aftershock. I feel okay with this. Okay, you can instantly see the stunning. Look at this. Now I'm pushing them. So yeah, guys, I'm not having any issues. Let me switch back to the Kraken. And get this Horde on me again. Alright, so we got a group that's starting to get a little busy. Let's switch. Again, you notice how I can stop backpedaling? It's from the stunning. So, phenomenal job with the Aftershock. I really, really like this. It's comfortable. I'm not, you know, worried too much. Now look, here's a huge mob. Now I'm getting into areas where I haven't been yet, so enemies are, you know, all around me. But realistically, guys, I'm not having any issues with this, and I don't have much movement speed. So this is like bare bones. Back to the Kraken. Yeah, the Kraken is definitely a little more dangerous. Okay, I would like to switch back to a different item and kind of see how it feels. But guys, I can tell you right now, if you don't even have any boost besides the consumables, you're going to be able to come down here and do this. Trying to clear the area. There we go. Alright, so the Kraken did good, but I would say this gun, this new Aftershock, did better as far as dealing with the Horde, crowd control, those types of things. Let's go ahead and test it against... Let's test it against the X-Dusk mag. Now, remember, you do have to be a higher level to use the X-Dusk mag. So, you know, that's one thing to keep in mind here is the X-Dusk mag. And I can tell you right now, I don't feel safe. Let me switch to this. There's the stuns. You guys see that? How I have time to actually think about what I'm doing. Look at that. So it's beating the X-Dusk mag, which is what I have on right now. Let me leave and come back in so I have more enemies. Oh, we got bandits here, that's why. Alright, so this is the X-Dusk mag again, guys. Let's switch. So yes, guys, this beats the X-Dusk mag. I'm not having any issues. Let's go ahead and test out another weapon against it. But I wouldn't be down here and I wouldn't be looting with this weapon, if that makes sense. This would be a crowd control, kill hordes, whatever. That's what I would use this for. I'm not going to go down here and just loot with this. And again, guys, I only have a 45% damage boost and a, what, 38% movement speed? Trying to get into my inventory. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take the Dusk mag off. Let's give a Marauder a go. Same area. Get some aggro here. Now I'm pretty certain that this machine gun's gonna do way better than this Marauder. Alright, so we're using the Aftershock right now. Pretty easy. Let's switch to the Marauder. Now I can definitely control the Horde with this. But it is challenging. That's the Marauder, guys. Now watch this. It's the stunning that gives this so much power. Marauder. See, I all back in my face again. Stunning. So yeah, definitely gonna take the Aftershock for the win. Let me get up here to where I can stop. Trying to, there we go. And we got one more we're going to test it against. Oh, there's a boss here. All right, let's go ahead and take off the Marauder. Well, let's go with the Warhawk. Oh, come on. I need a, come on. There we go. All right. Again, let's put on this Warhawk. And let's give it a go. So this is the Warhawk, guys. We're gonna start out with it. Actually, it makes some noise. Alright, let's try this Warhawk. I can tell you I don't like the slow speed of this. No. So, we're gonna switch back. Let's get in here. Yeah, pretty easy, guys. Pretty easy. It is impressive. Again, guys, I'm not using any boost, really. Bare bones down here in the deep death row and not having any issues. So, all right, hang tight. All right, so when you're talking best bang for the buck, guys, obviously you would have to go get your depth tokens and get a crate, or you'd have to loot it, loot the new item to get this weapon. But if you're comparing it against the Kraken Slayer, the Marauder, the X-Dust, the Warhawk, any of those, a Kraken's going to run you guys 76 million. And again, the Kraken did really good with knockback, but I would still prefer our new Aftershock. And again, that's 76 million, guys. If you're looking at the Marauder, it's 37 million. Again, they're not the same item, right? I'm probably not going to pick a Marauder for crowd control. It'll work. But if I'm using a heavy machine gun, I'm probably going to be looking for something more like a Kraken or the Aftershock, something of that. So I really wouldn't trade out a Marauder for that. And the same thing with the Warhawk, guys. Warhawk's a good item. You know, maybe that's more of a I'm looting in a building type of thing, but I wouldn't be using that for grinding out here. So I think as far as like what the weapon is for, it is a minigun. It is a heavy machine gun, so it's meant for crowd control, grinding, things like that. And I think it's going to outperform all of those. I think you guys seen what I seen. You know, it's not these guns are bad. It's just that this new gun, you know, in my opinion, is better. I like the stun. I like the crowd control. I like the damage it does. You know, like 200 round capacity. I like the firing speed. It's just very, very comfortable to use. So if you guys are thinking about getting it, I highly recommend you go test your luck. Oh, we got an outpost attack. I highly recommend you guys go to Onslaught, test your luck, try to get those coins, try to loot it. But I think it's 2 thumbs up. I think it's a very good gun, guys, and have some fun trying to get it, okay? So go out there, enjoy the event, use the time you guys got, go grind, go do looting, go do all that stuff, and try to snag your guys that Aftershock. So let me know if this video helped you guys. Again, I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm sorry I haven't made a lot of videos. I've been working like 70 hours a week for the last like 3 months. My kids have been out for school and I haven't even got to see them. I'm literally working 6 days a week, so it's just been a little bit of chaos for me, you know, but I apologize. But let me know what you guys want to see. I do plan on doing the rest of the videos on these other items. But until next time, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, leave a comment for me below, guys. And again, anything you guys want to see, you guys let me know. And I truly appreciate you guys following me. And until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.